Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday. I got a few orders to pull. I'm going to go over some stuff with eBay. We've got a channel, Milestone. Thank you for tuning in. And what else do we have? Facebook. Still Facebook. I've been on this rant about Facebook for about a week now. Give me just a few minutes. I'm going to pull all the orders. I'm not going to run around with this one today. I'm going to pull all the orders, get them set up, and I'll get right back with you. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Max. I am the fast-talking flipper, and Angie is my better half. She does everything behind the scenes. Occasionally, you'll see her in here on videos, but since it's like dark 30, it's 8:30 in the morning, and it's a Monday morning, she's still inside sleeping. The beauties of being able to do things like that because you are a reseller, and that's what it's all about, right? So I got up to get out here to get stuff shipped this morning. Like I said, I am a reseller. I buy stuff locally and I flip it online for more money. Right now we sell mainly on Facebook Marketplace and eBay, but that's going to change soon because I think that we are going to go ahead and get our feet wet with one of the multiple cross-platform listing apps and doing that kind of stuff. Today, I have 11 orders going out for $446.67. I believe that that's just from Saturday to today. I think I already packaged my stuff on Friday, but I'm not exactly sure. No, I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to read this stuff. It's difficult. No, maybe it was. Maybe it was. What's the date today? Today's the 27th. So 26th would have been yesterday. So no, it goes from Friday, late Friday on till today. So still a slow weekend. Normally I would want to see probably triple or double this number for us for a weekend. And the reason I had somebody ask me, how many things do you expect to sell in a day or in a weekend? Because you say that you would expect to sell more. And for us, I want a 1% sell-through rate. I want to do 1% every day. And what a sell-through rate is, because I've been getting this question a lot, even my friends that have been reselling forever have asked me, a sell-through rate is how many items listed versus how many items sold. So we have about 800 items listed. I think we're up to 760 or 770. So I want to see 1% of that every day sell through. That's a good target to have for your store, I believe. Other people will tell you different, and it depends on what category you're in. For us, I feel like that's a good number. So I want to see 7 to 8 items a day selling through. So in 3 days, I'd have 21 items. To see how the math works, I went to public school, even though I can still add and subtract correct. That's a dig at teachers. Teachers are wonderful. I'm a teacher, so I can make fun of myself. So that's what I want to see. With 11, that's much less than where I'd want to be. That's a 0.5%. I think that's a little too low. When we were really pumping, and this was Q4, we were somewhere around a 1.5%. We were selling about 30 items in a weekend. We were doing almost 100 items a week. So that was a pretty good, a pretty good time there. But the sell-through rate, you can check this on, and this is what I recommend doing when you go to buy things, say this VR headset, you look it up, and I'm just going to use raw numbers. For example, say you look it up, and before you check solds, you see that there's 100 of these listed. Okay, good. That means yours is going to be number 101. Then you check the solds, and if you see that the solds, if there's 25 of these that have sold in 90 days and there's 100 listed, that has a sell-through rate of 25%. That's relatively low. If you look it up, there's 100 listed and 100 have sold. That's a pretty good sell-through rate. That means that all of the ones in the last 90 days have sold. That's not a true statement because things come on the market, sell immediately. There are people who long tail things. We don't price things at the top end of the spectrum for the most part. There are some things that we will, if we're the only thing that's out there, we may price it higher than anybody else has been, or, around the highest that we've seen things sell for. But in this particular case, we'll say that, things are flying off the shelf 1 for 1. That's 100% sell-through rate. What you really want to find is something like this, that 100 are listed and 500 have sold. That's a wonderful sell-through rate. That means, for sure, as long as you price yours correctly it will sell. That's a 500% sell-through rate, and that's a wonderful thing to see. So when we are buying, it doesn't matter what it is. If we were offered this very cheaply at we'll say a quarter, and we get online and we see that routinely when it sells for $100. I'll use that example just because that would be very enticing for almost every reseller out there. When we see this and we get a deal on it at a quarter, if we look and there's 1,000 listed and only 10 have sold, I'm not going to buy it. I'm just not going to buy it. Well, I take that back. At that high of a margin, I probably would, because a quarter, who cares? But it's one of those things where you start to mitigate your risk. And is it worth investing whatever little bit of money you're going to spend into that item to let it sit for a while because of the low sell-through rate? You would basically have to do a couple things to get yours to sell. Price it very competitively, aka low, or promote it to where yours is the next one seen, because a lot of shoppers are lazy. So if you price it competitively and you promote it, put yours towards the top, the odds of you selling next are pretty good. And another thing you can do is set yourself apart to where yours looks different than everyone else. If everyone else has things just thrown on their bed and they take pictures of it, versus you, which has a nice, like our photography area here, I think this looks rather good. If it looks nice, it gives the perception that you are a better seller. So those are the three things that we typically try to do, or try to take into account when we're trying to sell things and figure out, how quickly we can sell them. So something like this, say, well, I'll just use this example. If this, I gave $1 for this guy. If this was $1 and I figured that it would probably sell for 15 to 20 at $1, 15, 20, if I saw that the sell-through rate was like 10%, 25%, I probably wouldn't buy it. Probably would just pass on it. I would have left it sit, just because I want to fill my inventory with things that come in and go out quickly. I don't necessarily want to sit on a whole bunch of stuff. I do have items that I will sit on. I guess at $1, I probably would have sat on this. But if I had to pay $5 for this and it sells for 20, I wouldn't do it. That I definitely would not do. But I'll pay $1 for something that'll sell for 20 and take a while. It's those kind of things that you have to make sure that your margin is correct. So that's my eBay speech for the day. It's still slow. That's a little bit of the education that I give, or I want to give. So I'll get into what has sold. I went ahead and pulled everything. This is my 11 items. We did sell some car parts over the weekend. I think it was a fuse box, gauge. I did get a deposit. Oh, this rain, man. I tell you what, this rain sucks. It's rainy again here in Indiana, right outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. My property makes up the Ohio border. I don't know if I've ever said that on here before. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But we are right on the Ohio border of Indiana, just outside of Cincinnati. And it rained like 4 inches Friday night, and everything was flooded. I mean, it's been ridiculous. And now it's raining again today. So it's put a damper on everything that I wanted to do with the car stuff. And I got a deposit on my turbo kit. That's a $2,000 sale, but I have to pull it off. I got some of it pulled yesterday. Unfortunately, you have to pull. You don't have to. It's easier for me if I do. But you pull the motor, and then you can take the turbo off the back of the motor, and there's coolant lines and oil lines and stuff that feed that the turbo. And I need to pull all that off with it. So I'm just going to pull the motor, drop it, because the motor has to come out of the car anyway. Just easier that way. So I've got to do that, and I'm still waiting to ship this guy because I can't pull the O2 sensor that goes with that because it's on the back of the turbo. It's on the O2 housing. I didn't realize that this car had a catless downpipe. Normally cars have catalytic converters. This one does not, and because of that, the O2 was moved higher up in the system, and you can't get to it. You have to take the freaking O2 sensor or the O2 housing off. I don't know how you would do this. I've already got the car jacked up, so it made things difficult to get to anyway. And before I realized this, and I don't know how you would do it normally. I guess with the lift you probably could do it, but laying on the ground, No fun. So to get into things, what I sold first was a Quinn 3/8 drive digital multimeter. These are always worth taking a look at, digital multimeters, if you can get them cheaply enough. The only issue is going to be, are you sure that it's calibrated? So for most people, I would guess you probably want to stay away from these guys. But for me, we bought this brand new, so I knew it was pretty solid. I gave $100 for two of them, a 1/2-inch drive and a 3/8 inch drive. This guy sold for $89.99 plus shipping, so that was a good little sale for, we got almost all my money back. The next one will make me into the profit. Not a ton of profit on it, but it did work. This was an auction pickup, a Chevy Corvair emblem. We've had it for quite a while. That's what it is there. 140 amp badge, emblem, whatever you want to call it. This would be like a fender badge, I believe, and it sold for $19.99. It came in a box, I think I got for $2 at an auction with a bunch of Corvair parts. Not a fast seller. Corvair is a horrible car, unsafe at any speed, I believe was the movie that was made about it, or the documentary that was made about Corvairs and how they like to just randomly blow up. Always a good thing. Next one. It's a Gucci Guilty. Too many G's, man. G's are difficult. Gucci Guilty Black right here. I believe that's what we got. Gucci Guilty. Yep. I don't know that I picked the right one. Because it says black on it. And now I'm going to click on it and see if I screwed up, because I might have. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. It says Gucci Guilty Black, but I don't see black anywhere on there. I just see Gucci Guilty. And that may pose a problem when we go to sell this. Maybe I screwed up. The pictures show Gucci Guilty. Maybe I have screwed up. I don't know. I'll have to look at this closer, and hopefully I didn't. Because some of these colognes, when you get into them, they're very difficult to what the heck? They're difficult to understand where you are, or what you are, what you actually have. Because two things may look almost identical, and with that, you might think you're listing one thing and actually you're listing another. So I think I might have screwed up. I don't know. I'll have to look into it after I get off the video, now that I've, made your head spin by losing track of where I was. National Lampoon Vacation VHS sealed. Don't remember where I got it, but I like that I have it. And I think if I would have known that I had it in a drawer, I would have probably kept it, because it only sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Just a neat display piece. This is a hilarious movie. That's why I would have kept it, but I don't remember where we got it, so it's one of those things. It's going to go off to its new owner now, $9.99 plus shipping. The next item is a match holder. Little scoop here, little guy. I don't know where we got that either, but it sold for $12.99, which is kind of cool. I have no idea where that came from. So sold for $12.99 plus shipping on that one. Going out somewhere to a new owner. Blip. This was the one that I got for $1, like I said. I didn't research this at all. I got it at a thrift store, and unfortunately, as I was walking out of the store, I must have knocked this off somehow with my fingers, because I was carrying a whole bunch of things, and the cover went and fell right where I was stepping, and I stepped on it and crushed it. Boo! Because it works. It actually works. And that's uncommon for these things. They don't normally work. So it pulled the price down. It should have sold for probably $20 to $25. But I think it sold for $12.99. Not I think it sold for. It did sell for $12.99 plus shipping. So, and it sold quick. It sold in less than a week. Here's a fun one. Resistance 1 and 2 lot bundle PS3, not a whole bunch of money, $14.99 plus shipping. They're laying back there. But these two, we sold them once. I don't own these. These aren't mine. I sold them, shipped them, and the guy put in the wrong address. What do you guys do with this? Comment down below. Let me know what you do. Had a guy put in the wrong address. Not my problem, right? I shipped it to him. It got delivered. Post office said undeliverable. I did my part. I didn't put in the wrong address. He had his address filled out wrong on eBay, and I shipped it to him. He sends me a message shortly after it, is supposed to be there, and tells me, hey, I put in the wrong address. You need to ship that again. No, I don't, buddy. No, I don't. I am not spending another $4 or $5 to ship it to you because you screwed up, especially on $14.99. I offered to him, I said, hey, I'll ship this back to you, but you're going to have to pay for it. You're going to have to give me the money to pay for it. And crickets, never heard from him again. And then it waited, it's probably been 2 or 3 months that we waited for that to finally get done with it. So that's where it's at. We sold it again, and $14.99 is what we got for it. Another cologne going out of here, CR7. Cool by somebody, I don't know, never heard of it before, but it sold. It didn't sell for much, $9.99. So it must have been a cheaper cologne. I know it smells good. I like that one. So $9.99 going out of here. Plus shipping. Ben 10. 3-time Ben 10 Omni Launch. This was a cool one. I went and got a Facebook Marketplace pickup of a bunch of little trinket toys. This kind of stuff. And the guy had action figures, just a lot of action figures listed for $50. And looking in his listings, he had a bunch of stuff listed. And I said, would you combine, a couple lots together? And sure, yeah, I will. He had 3 lots that I was interested in, ended up getting there and offering him $100 for the 3. He wanted $150. He said, if you give me $120, I will throw in a 4th lot that I was interested in, but not really. And that's all these Imagine Next that are in here. He threw those in for another $20. And I said, okay, cool, I'll take it. So I got 4 lots that he wanted $200 for. I got them for $120. And then he also, I don't know if we listed it or what we did with it, the Ghostbusters Proton Pack. Yeah, it's listed. It's down in there. I didn't know if we displayed it or what. But I got that for $20 just because I wanted to display it. So that was a cool pickup, $140. And he was a collector, said he was selling stuff. And you could see he had these in a bag marked $4. Which, I would never have paid any attention to because it didn't look like they were worth much. We got $19.99 out of them plus shipping. So that was a cool one. Sony PS4 virtual reality headset. This is the VR1. This is the first generation of the virtual reality. And the reason that I have this is because my daughter wanted a PS4. So I didn't make any money off this at all. I'm actually losing money. It's $59.99. I bought her a PS4, but I bought it as a bundle. And I wasn't going to go buy it. She just wanted it so she can play with her boyfriend. My daughter is going to be 16 this year. Dear Lord, I am old. She is going to be 16 this year here in just a couple weeks. And she wanted a PS4 so she could play with her boyfriend online. Okay, fine. I didn't have any in stock. Had to go on Facebook Marketplace, and I just kind of looked around and looked at bundles, and I found a good bundle that had the whole the VR setup with a couple games and everything. And I know that if you part out the VRs, you can do pretty well on them if you get them at the right price, because we've done it before. So we've got the wands listed. We've got, everything is listed. This sold relatively quick. I think we just listed it over the weekend and it sold for $59.99. I want to say we gave maybe $200 to $250 for the PS4. We'll end up getting most of that money back out of the PS4, but we have to work for it. So ultimately we might pay $50 for a PS4 with a couple games and controllers. She'll be happy. We're happy, to get it for her and be able to do that. So not a bad deal. The last item that I have is Power by 50 Cent. 50 Power, $13.99. Another cheaper cologne. I was kind of surprised to see that was so cheap because I figured it would be more. $13.99 going out of here, plus shipping there. That's our sales for here. Like I said, I think we did probably $300 in car parts over the weekend. So not bad there. Definitely no screamers. This week will be better because I will get that turbo kit off and out of here. I've got a guy supposed to come. He's been blowing me up. Again, Facebook. Good night, man. Good night. The Facebook story for the week is I'm in a bunch of these car groups for these specific cars that I sell the parts for. And I saw a guy posting he wanted one wheel, just one particular wheel. The turbo versions of the Cobalt come with a very specific set of factory wheels, and they are the most sought after out of all the wheels. And he wanted one spare wheel, which is uncommon because most people don't want to split up a set. And I didn't want to split up a set. I didn't think I had, I know I have plenty of them. I probably have 3 or 4 sets kicking around, but I didn't want to split them up. And I went out and looked at what I had inadvertently. I didn't go specifically for him, but I saw him post it, and I saw him post it like 2 weeks ago that he was looking for a wheel, and nobody wanted to give him just one wheel. So when I was out in the garage, I happened to notice, hey, I've only got 3 in this stack. I can go ahead and sell those as individual ones. So I reached out to him and said, hey man, I've got that wheel, because I happened to see his post again. Hey man, I've got the wheel. So he asked me, you know, how much do you want for it? I said, $100. He said, is that price shipped? Oh. I don't know where you're at, man. I have no idea where you're at. And you're asking me, is my $100 price shipped for an item that is 18 by 18 by 8 and weighs about 22 pounds? You're asking me if that's my price shipped. No, it's not. Then he says, of course, let me get back to you when I've got the money. Are you kidding me? Like, why did you make a post 2 weeks ago looking for a wheel if you don't have the money? He said, well, I figured it'd be hard to find, so I wanted to track one down. So I told him, I said, I'll sell these just so you can't have one. I'll be spiteful and sell them just so you can't have them. I'll sell them cheaper to make sure that you can't have them. Not really, I wouldn't do that. But it just, the whole conversation ticked me off to the point I just blocked him. I'm not dealing with people like that anymore. Everything seemed like it was going to go the right way, and it just went south really quick. So that's my Facebook story for today. If I don't have to sell on Facebook anymore, I'll be happy. But unfortunately, it does bring me too much money, selling and buying and whatnot. Being left on red when I'm trying to buy stuff is always fun. I love that one too. But that's that. The channel milestone. We hit 100. Fantastic. It creeped up over the weekend, and I didn't realize it happened. But we hit 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. So I'm going to do the giveaway. Let me figure out how to do all that stuff. I got to bleep bloop and do all the stuff on the computer and figure it out. But I will do the giveaway. It will include whoever subscribes between here and there, and I'll figure out how to get a hold of you, because I don't know. Are you able to message people? I don't know. I got to figure all that stuff out. I'm new to YouTube, so we're working on that. But thank you. The next milestone, I think that we're probably just going to do, $100 every time, until we get to 1,000. Just keep, giving away $100. So once we get to 200, give away another 100. 300, give away another 100. 400, give away another 100. 500, give away another 100. See how that works? It's called a pattern. I like that. So we'll do that at 200 subscribers. We'll give away another $100. So that's your cue to like and share and subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things, because freaking YouTube likes it when you do those things. I like it when you do those things. And that's the point of the channel, is to keep me happy, right? No, it's to entertain you. That's what it's supposed to be for. So I'm all done rambling. I'm going to get this stuff packaged, get it out on the table, because my post office person is coming sometime today, and we have to get this packaged before they go. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do today. I got to teach today too. It's going to be a long one, because we were out way too late at the casino last night having fun. But anyway, that's all I've got. I appreciate you tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things. Hit the bell, get the notifications. Let it know that that a new video is up. But that's the end of the video. So we will see you on the next one.